Welcome to Medical Student Life in Japan, a podcast created by a teacher and a group of students at Nara Medical University. We are a small medical college in the Kansai region of Japan. This podcast has two great purposes. One is to share stories about being a medical student here in Japan, and also for our students to share fun ideas, opinions, and information about Japanese culture to people all over the world. Thanks a lot for listening. We are officially here in the middle of summer in Japan, nice and hot and humid as always, and the students are hopefully enjoying their summer break, but we'd like to share a special summer episode for our listeners who have maybe been missing medical student life in Japan. Just before summer break started, the students recorded this interview. Now, we were lucky enough to get connected with this wonderful medical student from Belize who is now studying in Cuba. And unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we were not able to record live, but instead, she sent us her questions and the students took time to think about and come up with some great answers for those. So this will be part one of that story, and hopefully later this summer we will be able to continue with her answers to their questions. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. Hope you're having a great summer, and as always, we appreciate the listeners, and if you have time, feel free to contact us by the email associated with the podcast or send us a voice message. You can do that through Spotify and even Anchor, and the students really enjoy those. So thanks a lot.
The first question is, are there any international students studying at Nara Medical University? How about Yuka?
As for Nara Medical University, this year, there is no student from overseas. But before pandemic, we have some students from abroad.
Okay, thank you. And how is the perspective taken on having diverse students from other countries in Japan? How about Suguru?
Yeah, I think it is a good idea because when we are in Japan, we can only focus on the situation in a medical situation in Japan. So foreign people can give new perspective about medical situation in foreign country.
Okay, thank you. Are there any scholarship opportunities or other grants available in Nara Medical University? How about Kento?
Yes, I'm a scholarship in Medical University. The scholarship is if you graduate the Nara Medical School, I need to work as a doctor in Nara for 10 years.
Okay, thank you. Are there any points about scholarship opportunities in Japan, Yuka?
In Japan, some of high school tell students that there is a lot of scholarship, but most of them are for students who have high level grade. So there is not for everyone. So low level student is difficult to get scholarship in Japan.
Okay, thank you. Would most Japanese choose to study within the country or abroad, Suguru?
Yeah, most students in Japan choose to study in their countries, but recently some people want to go to foreign university because, as I said, to run foreign situation and to get the new perspective of the medical situation, not only Japan but foreign countries.
Okay, how about Kento?
Yes, so I think studying in abroad is a good idea, and so and so if you go to the other countries, we can know about their country's situation and they can exchange their knowledge or some opportunity, some experience. So it's good idea to studying abroad.
Okay. Many Japanese students agree with the idea of studying abroad, but in my opinion, there are few people who really go to the university in foreign countries in reality. What do you think about this situation in Japan, Yuka?
In Japan, high school students have center test in third year students, so they are very busy. Also, there is a little information about university in foreign country, so it is difficult for high school students to decide going to foreign university.
Yeah, I agree with your idea. The information for high school students is too small to decide. That's it. Thank you.
At first, we received the question from her, and that is discuss about various comparison of the medical program or systems between the countries, so Japan, Cuba, or even in Belize, and what makes the system in Japan unique from all the nations, and the specific traditional approach. So maybe Koshiro will answer this question.
Okay. In Japan, medical students go to every department and they can choose, usually they can choose what they want to go, but in America, where they can go according to their grade in the medical school. So compared to these two, I think Japanese medical students have more opportunity to go where they want to.
Thank you, Koshiro. Next question is that what makes the Japan medical education stand out? Taiga will answer this question.
I think it is very difficult question. But medical education standard. In Japanese medical education, we have to study for 6 years, and this is different from American education, medical education. Sorry, I don't understand.
We discussed about this question, and maybe we found the difference. So Koshiro, Taiga, and I discussed, and we could find the bad points in medical education, and the unique points, but we couldn't find what makes the Japan medical education stand out. So I will talk about a little bit bad point in Japan medical education. And I have heard that USMLE is better than the license in Japan. The students who have, doctors who has USMLE is better than the doctors who get Japan's medical license. And I have also heard that the knowledge of the doctors who has USMLE is equal to the doctors in Japan who has worked for over 3 or 4 years. So maybe in Japan we have to study and work for over 4 years, and maybe we can get the same knowledge as USMLE. I think this is not good point, but we thought it is unique. And so the last question is that what types of media fuel your inspirations as a medical student? For example, there are series, anime, movies, and novel books or something else. What do you think about that, Koshiro?
I get inspiration by reading comic books. I usually read Blackjack.
Blackjack is one of the famous comic books in Japan. So the main character is a great doctor, and he knows some ethics about doctors better than other doctors. And this anime describes about that doctor. And the next, Taiga will answer that question.
Okay. When I was an elementary school student, I watched a drama. Title of drama called Cold Brew and Good Doctor. And the Cold Brew was said about emergency doctor and neurosurgery doctor. neurosurgery. And after watching drama, I want to become a neurosurgery or emergency doctor. So this is my inspiration.
Thank you, Taiga. And I will ask about my inspirations. I am quite different from the other students, but in Japan there is a famous doctor whose nickname is Dr. Koto. Yeah, there are dramas and some comic books about Dr. Koto, but the model of Dr. Koto is my relative, and I have met him sometimes, and I know where he works and where he lives. By the way, I sometimes talk with him and I get some inspirations because he is known as a great doctor. And the other thing is that I sometimes watch some documentaries about some rare case diseases like ALS or something else. And medical students have to study a lot. And I sometimes don't want to study and I want to quit. But in order to recognize in order to know again my purpose, I sometimes watch documentaries and next. Do you have any idea about these questions, Koichi?
I want to add to Taika and Koshiro's opinion. And I also like Blackjack. It is Japanese medical manga. And the main character is Blackjack, and he is genius surgeon, and he can cure all patients, and it was amazing. So I remember I admired him, Osamu Tezuka, and he get the doctor of philosophy in Nara Medical University actually. So in our library, his sign is there. So I recommend you to see the sign.
Okay, thank you, Koichi. How about Misaki? Do you have any idea?
Actually, I really don't read a lot of mangas or watch TV dramas, but when I was little, as Koshiro and Koichi said, I also read Blackjack. And as Koichi said, the writer is Tezuka Osamu, and he's very famous manga artist in Japan. So, and he also has he has written a lot of other mangas. So, if you are interested in his books, I really recommend you to read some of them. And also, as you know, Mr. Yamanaka, teacher in Japan, has found the IBS cell some years ago, and he has written a book which he talked with a football player in Japan, and I read a little of that book in the bookstore, and I hadn't read all of it, but I want to read it someday. So now I am interested in that. So if you are interested in that book too, I will recommend that too.
Thank you, Misaki. So maybe in Japan, we have the famous culture in Japan is anime, manga. So we all have read famous manga about doctors. So for example, we all raise the name of the doctor, so Blackjack, or for me, Dr. Koto. So maybe this is the unique point in Japan. So we all read the anime or manga about Japanese doctor, or maybe the drama is famous in Japan, and we all have watched some kinds of doctor's drama in Japan. So this is maybe the good answer. Thank you.